my name is Kira, and this is Chapter 8 of Boxcar to Nowhere. Chapter 8, A Touch of Home. Once out of the car, Hope stood in front of Jack's house and looked around. It was picturesque, just as if it was a painting on a postcard. The lawn and shrubs were trimmed neatly, and there were blooming flowers everywhere. A covered porch wrapped around two sides, and behind the house were acres of crops, stretching into the distance. The house was constructed of wood and older, but in perfect condition. And through the windows could be seen more plants and flowers behind the glass. "Wow," Hope said and smiled, turning to Jack, who was smiling back. "It's just like a storybook." When she resumed looking at the house, an aproned woman was coming out of the front door. The woman was smiling broadly and waving at them. "Well, welcome and hello. You must be Hope and Jazzy," she said, getting closer. "Looks like you need some attention, young lady, and a bath and clean clothes would be nice, I think. Are you hungry as well?" She went around Hope in a circle, inspecting her dirty and soiled clothes, and tisk-tisking as she went. "We have some clothes that will fit you while I wash your things, dear. Come inside and we will get you cleaned up." Hope raised her hand to get attention before speaking. "What about Jazzy? Can he come with me? And what should I call you?" "My name is Maybelle, and that's what Jack calls me. Most people pronounce it Mabel, and that's okay by me. Oh yes, your dog is welcome inside, and we'll even feed him too. Come on in and let's start getting clean and fed." After seating herself at the dinner table, Hope looked around at the abundance of fresh food before her. After all, she and Pop eat because they had to, not just for dining pleasure. It was a new and welcome experience. Maybelle had fed Jazzy before supper while in the kitchen, and now he was laying just beside her chair on his side, snoring loudly. "Seems you wore out poor old Jazzy," Jack observed. "He's sure devoted to you. He won't leave you alone for a second. You said he was a police dog way back when, and retired. So what brought him back into that search you were talking about?" "They had 3 dogs searching the other trains, but needed Jazzy also. I don't think Jazzy wanted to be there, but he got one of them right away. I heard you talking to somebody about me before supper. Were you speaking to my dad?" Hope asked. "Oh yes, it was your daddy all right. He said he was very happy you were safe. He said he will be here before noon tomorrow to pick both of you up," Jack explained. "That means I'm going to sleep here tonight?" Hope asked. "We have an extra room since Albert left. You'll find it very comfortable, and Jazzy can park himself in there with you," Maybelle said. "You both have been so kind to us. I don't know how to thank you. Is there anything I can do to earn my keep while I'm here?" Hope asked. Jack cleared his throat and smiled. "I don't exactly know how to say this to you, Hope, but there is a rather selfish reason we opened our home to you." He glanced at Maybelle before further explanation and watched as her eyes opened wider, obviously not knowing what her husband was about to say. "Our nearest town is about 10 miles from here, and it's not a big city, but always seems to us as brimming with people. To tell the truth, Hope, you are the prettiest. No, I really meant the most beautiful young woman that I ever think I saw. You make us feel young again, and just being around you. You see that we both like flowers, I guess. Well, it's the same feeling around a girl like you. I hope I didn't embarrass you, and I'm sure you have heard this many times before. But I just had to tell you what I was thinking, and I'm sure Maybelle feels the same way." Hope could feel her face flush, and for a moment her mind raced around with the profound compliments she was hearing. No, she had not previously heard those words used regarding her appearance. Her father was not given to those kinds of compliments. He may have felt that way, but would never have told her. The only thing he ever said as a compliment was that she reminded him of her mother. She had seen the few photographs of her mother that had been saved, and indeed her mother had been very attractive. "Thank you for saying that, and I do believe you are sincere, but no, I have never heard that before. Frankly, I was raised as a tomboy and have never felt the slightest pretension to be anything but that. Hope said, and then started tearing. I feel the same way about you that Jack does, dear. He is right, of course, about your looks, but there's more about you than just looks. You are delicate yet strong, smart yet shy, pretty. Soon you will need old Jazzy over there to protect you from boys. I want you to be ready when it comes. But since we are on that subject, I can't help from being angry that your daddy allowed you to go in harm's way. Dog or no dog, thinking about it, I get mad, Mabel said with some force, and she leaned forward in a display of protectiveness that caught Hope by surprise. It wasn't Pop's fault at all. He didn't want me involved. He even ordered me to the car. It was Jazzy's rules that we had to play by. He knew he had to do his job, but he could not part with me for even a second, especially if there were bad people around. He loves me more than anything. Now, let me at least help do the dishes, Hope said, and pushed back from the table.